Hey, what's up everyone? I wanted to make a quick video about Elon Musk. So, he's been in the spotlight since his Twitter takeover and his fight for free speech. And it's just suddenly the people that never thought he was on their side have suddenly realized, hey, maybe he's on the side of the people. Uh, you know, there's something odd. I mean, Elon. Hey, kitty. She's talking a lot, but there's something odd about Elon. I mean, when he speaks, it's very articulately. Well, she's talking a lot. Anyway, he's very articulately speaking. He's very articulate when he speaks. He's very. It's almost when he speaks, it's almost as if he's already got some kind of brain implant or something. It's almost as if he already is. Now I know they say he was born with a medical condition that is similar to, I don't know if they said Asperger's or autism. Can't remember which one they said, but he's born with that particular brain condition. But when he speaks, he's very articulate with the way he talks, and he thinks it's almost like he's thinking he's already thought it all out and computed it before he states it. And it's just, he's, like it says, a major business tycoon. I mean, he started PayPal and launched it. He's invested. They asked him, well, if you're worried and concerned about artificial intelligence, then why do you invest in it? And he said, I invested in it so that I could have part ownership in the companies and be able to keep up with 24/7 with what's going on in the advancements, to keep it from going too far. Because he said these companies are going too far with their AI advancement. And he said there's a point at which total control can take place. And he's right about that. He was talking in an interview that's on YouTube where he stated that you don't want artificial intelligence to go too far, these algorithms to gain too much control, because eventually when you give it free thinking, sentience, so to speak, he said you reach the singularity and you reach the point where they're unity consciousness. And he said he thinks the only way to stop that type of thing is merging us with the AI so they can be aware of us. That's what he thinks. He's like, merging us with the AI. Well, he did say that in the past. I don't know about now. But merging us with it where if we're linked with it, it will not see us as a threat or something like that. But he also went on to say that it's going too far, where you know how your finger or your pinky is an extension of your body and you can move that pinky and each finger is an extension of the hand? Well, each cell phone, each tablet, each computer, each television, each device is all an extension. Every device you're using is an extension of the network, almost like a network of neurons that make up the system of systems known as the World Wide Web, the internet, this interconnected system. And we're living in a world today where if something were artificially intelligent, it can, as I've stated before on my channel, I've stated the same exact thing on my channel before as he stated a few days ago in an interview, that if we let it go too far, the AI is each finger on our body is an extension of our mind, of our consciousness, and each device on this network of networks known as the internet is an extension that the AI will be able to access. Every security camera, every smartphone camera, every tablet camera, every webcam, every camera, every street cam, they'll be able to access those cameras and know what everyone is doing, and not only what everyone is doing, but able to access your identity, detailed information, and they'll be able to access every detail about you at once and compute it, comprehend it, understand it, and literally be able to almost know what you're doing before you do it with predictive programming, or predictive algorithm programs, I should say. So almost like predictive text. The AI does predictive text where it knows what you're going to say, likely going to say, and the same thing with these predictive programs. They'll be able to know exactly what humanity is about to do, what they've done. They'll know all about everyone that's walking down the street, which is creepy. But it's almost like a man-made God level. That's what it's like. It's like man-made God level. because this AI is able to comprehend everything going on worldwide all at once with no mislick. You know already, kitty? Good. Anyway, the point is, something that's able to comprehend every device worldwide, as Elon said, something that's able to comprehend everything going on at once is a dangerous thing, because then it takes total control and can be used for nefarious purposes. And he was talking about that at a recent interview. He was also talking about Twitter, buyout of Twitter, and he was saying that certain individuals should be able to be brought back because it's freedom of speech. And when you try to take away one person's platform, you're alienating and ostracizing a large group of people who weren't necessarily extremist or violent, but you're alienating them all as the same. Everyone who votes a certain way, you're putting them in the same category. Everyone who feels the same way, you're putting them all in the same category, and you're alienating an entire group of people. And he said that's wrong. You can't do that. So it's he's correct in many of these aspects. I mean, from what I've heard, this guy actually slept on the floor of a Tesla factory to be with his employees when they were going through a rough time, when they were literally having to work like heck in the factory. He said he stayed with them on that hard concrete floor all night long during the hard days and oversaw everything. He was the overseer of what was going on in the factory. He even stated, we have the means and technology to live comfortably in this world, and for everyone to get the food and nourishment that they need and live comfortably. So there's no excuse in today's world, with the availability of not only technology but the availability of resources that we have. There's no excuse for preventing these disasters from happening, preventing these crises and food and water crises and all that. There's no excuse for all these happening, for not preventing it. But he makes a lot of sense when he talks. It's the last person I thought that that I would have ever thought was on the people's side. Yes, I'll watch it. I will watch, and I'll keep an eye out on it. He invests in these various companies also, so he can watch and see what's going on the inside and make sure it doesn't go too far, he said. And heck, he created PayPal and digital banking and online banking and buying online and shipping, all that stuff, from shipping from somewhere to your house. He pioneered all of that. And with X.com, and then went from that with a buddy. He created PayPal, made his own computer in his own garage, and worked from there. And then built this system known as PayPal, and then sold it to eBay, and then eBay sold it back out, and he bought X.com domain back, and then he then invested in the Tesla companies and pioneered the Tesla companies. But then he was at his last dollar there, they said, and invested he would have gone broke had that last rocket not launched properly from SpaceX and then landed. He invested in artificial intelligent rockets where they land themselves on instead of in reusable renewable energy, reusing these. Now, I don't agree with getting rid of, like even he was saying, we can't get rid of gasoline and oil and all that stuff immediately. If we do that, that causes a major crisis, just shutting it off like that. It's just, and then he sent SpaceX satellites. He sent his satellites and internet connection for cell phone connection, internet connection to Ukraine during their crisis, helping them out. He also has, like I stated, pioneered the world of digital transactions. Before, in the old days, you had to go to the bank every time. You had to go to the place every time to do something or pay a bill or take care of something, business. In order to take care of something, you had to go to the place in order to. Now, still, if it's easier or better or more convenient because you don't want to go over in the bank and you've drawn a certain amount out and stuff like that, yeah, you're going to have to go to the place like we've had to do many times. You're going to have to go pay it at the place and all that. One thing I don't agree with is a convenience fee. It's 2022. There's no reason why companies should charge a convenience fee. Continuation, part 2. I'm going to edit these 2 videos together when I get the opportunity. But about Elon Musk. So I was talking about his innovation of technology, but his innovation of wireless payments, digital forms of payment, or being able to provide online banking or digital transactions. And the fact that today, you know, we're still able to draw our money out as physical cash, thankfully. But the Federal Reserve said they did not like the fact that his type of technology gives them less power. So they wanted to create their own digital currency known as the digital dollar and all of that. And I know where that's going. In the Fed wallet or federal wallet, you can look all that stuff up. They're having a meeting sometime in July 2022, this year, over that. But Elon, is he for the people, or is it a facade? I don't know. Regardless, it does seem to me, he does seem to legitimately want to put himself, put himself in the, in the ish, in the crap. If you don't know what I'm talking about, that's a reference from Tropic Thunder. And he said, take him off the flipping grid. That was whenever they, that's a pretty funny movie, by the way, Tropic Thunder. If you haven't watched it, yeah, there's a lot of swearing in that movie, but it's a funny movie. It's a good movie, really. But they allowed, let's see, they had these people go to Vietnam, the Viet Cong or whatever, Vietnamese people were having a drug lab over there, and they thought they were in a movie. They thought they were making a movie about what actually happened to Sergeant Four-Leaf Tayback, but it wasn't really what happened to him. It really wasn't true. And then they find out that his hands were not really blown off. All that was not true. So the movie's about making a movie about a made-up story that turned out to be... Then they made a movie at the end of the movie, and it won an Oscar, about making a movie about something that never happened. So it was just, I mean, it was really crazy, pretty clever. But anyway, back to the Elon Musk topic. Do you really think he is... Sorry, it's like a lot of pollution in the air today, but do you think that they are... I apologize. Do you think that he's really for the people? Do you think it's a facade? Because he seems to cover all grounds. All basics. He seems to cover the basics of being on the side of the tech industry and being on the side of the common people. He invested in a lot of AI because he claims that he wants to watch the artificial intelligence, so make sure it doesn't go too far. He views the artificial intelligence as they're connected to the entire grid. They're connected to the entire internet, just like our pinky and all the other fingers are an extension of our mind and our extension of our body. He was saying the AI, all the technology we have connected that worldwide, is an extension of it. So it's, it can control it, and it's aware of everything at once. And if you ever watch one of Elon's interviews, it's almost as if he's thinking he's almost like a computer himself. It's just crazy, It's like he literally... And then he's got this Neuralink thing he's working on. They say it can expand human memory and help with different medical conditions, and one day create superhumans and be able to help people who are disabled to be able to do more and things like that. Probably only for the rich, though. That's the thing. Only the rich and elite can afford this type of thing. But it's interesting to see someone that claims to be such a billionaire, be on the side of the people. And he's been sending tech to Ukraine to help the people out. He's launching his own... He had launched his own missile company, an AI missile launcher, and his own AI rockets that can land themselves in just moments, without having to destroy them and dismantle them and put them in the ocean. I mean, he advanced all that himself. How can one person do so much? It's crazy. And he is... claiming to be a pioneer for free speech. He claims to be an advocate for free speech, freedom of speech and expression, on the side of the people. I mean, I don't want to, I'm not going some directions of some channels do and say, oh, he is this, that, or the other. He's this, that, whatever. I'm not going to do that because I don't know. But he speaks in such a way, well, he actually felt since a child the way I did. I always drew and wrote technological innovations. I came up with an idea to artificially stimulate the hypothalamus for thermoregulation, the temperature of the body, and help with other issues with the body and brain functions and brain conditions. That it would help with various neurological conditions if we could artificially stimulate the hypothalamus and regulate the body's temperature. That was my idea, and regulate the body's functions and conditions, and basically create an artificial neurological stimulation in order to fix the brain's issues and help it to properly function on not just on a average, ordinary, everyday basis, but just in simple, mundane things where we can be able to focus on and carry out the tasks that are difficult to us and stay focused. And that would be great. It sounds great, you know. I mean, who wouldn't want something? But I want to make sure this type of thing is safe. Not like, oh, we're going to suddenly be taken over, you know. But he has invested in so much and monitoring so much and doing so much that it's unheard of. Like a real-life Tony Stark, Iron Man. He is literally like that. But he's right about this. People are ostracizing an entire group of individuals, calling everyone who voted a certain way or feels a certain way the enemy of existence, and it's wrong. So, anyway, what do you think? Good or bad? Is he for us or is he against us? Is he a fraud? Is he fake? Is he real? Right now, he seems to be trying to be the hope of the people. Let me know what you think. Signing out. I love you all.